The way I draw an eye is I'll often start with the upper part of the eye, which tends to bow out on the top right. Well, you know, on Western eyes, I suppose. And then on the bottom, it tends to bow out on the lower left. And that's that little nibby thing we all have. I don't know what it's called. There's obviously a nice iris, which is a round circle, which is hard to get. A good round circle. Let's see if I get lucky here. And then, of course, there's the pupil in the center, also another round circle. I'm going to leave this area right here not drawn in for a highlight on the eye, because eyes are wet and they get really shiny and full of little light spots. And then I'd like to draw the lid next, up on top. Great, my pencil's breaking. See if I can draw this with a broken pencil. And then lids also have shadows, which, because a lid is a three-dimensional object, it casts a shadow, and it'll cast it right across the top of the eye. Sometimes some beautiful reflections happen up in that shadow too. I'm going to keep it simple today. I'm going to sort of outline that little highlight area just to make sure I stay away from it. Darken in the pupil. Just keep building on this. Here we got a basic shape. We're going to pretend that the light is coming from this direction right here, top right. So that means that this eye is a ball, really, so it rounds around like a ball does. And just like a ball, or like our Earth, one side is darker than the other, sometimes totally dark. So I'm going to just round this ball inside the iris. It's all going on behind the skin. Give this shadow a little bit of contrast. See if I can last before the pencil just completely snaps. And I have to start this over. There it goes. There we go. Give that a nice density to that shadow. Now for the iris, I like to just sort of draw in outward radiating lines, because that's kind of what irises do. Give that iris that pupil a little more darkness, a little more definition. Darken this around here too. It's also kind of a nice dark edge to the iris often, so we'll put that in just to help define it a little better. Give it some mass, give it some shape. We're going to really make this a strong light, so we'll really darken this shadow here. I have to put the point of the pencil to get it darker for that pupil in the middle. Still fighting that broken piece of lead. Now I think what we need to add here, this is actually all would be kind of shaded right around in here. This could actually get pretty dark down in this corner here, depending on the different light going on in the room. We need some eyelashes, which are not what you think. They're not just usually individual lines. Sure, they can be, but they can also be a mass, especially if someone's wearing makeup. But it always looks good when you give it a little bit of darkness. This lower lid also has the ball effect because it's curving under. And we've got this. A few more. I'm about to lose it. You know, you just work with what you've got, right? Then we can go ahead and put in some sort of an eyebrow here. Give it a little more of an anchor. Shade in a bit more of this. Of course, this curves around too, so this would be light, dark, and shadow here. This here would be, let's get some more definition under this. I know you're all waiting for the lead to break, just as I am. Get that in there nice. This sort of defines the bridge of the nose here. It's where it begins. So you can see that reflection really sort of gives it a bit of a pop there. So let's see if we can give that a little bit more, mess that up a little bit more. Even darken that even more. Let's give this some serious light going on here. Even darken this.